Hi guys, welcome back to the Auction Modeller. We now have issue 16 of the Spitfire. So, with issue 16, what we get is the frames and panels for the starboard side of the cockpit. So, with the last issue, we got the port side pretty much done for the cockpit, so we're starting off on the starboard side now. So we get the metal parts, the brace there, a couple of bits that will go into some of these panels, and then pretty much most of these parts I think get attached in this actual issue. So obviously it's going to be quite a good one, this. Same as it's been previous. So we've got all the parts just here as well. So, okay, so we're going to need the screwdriver. I'll get some of these parts out of here as well, so I can get to all the other bits that I need. So, the first part of the instructions, take the cockpit framework 16.1 and connect to 16.3. Although they do not interlock, note the position of the tabs on part 16.3 and the notch in the framework. Fixed together with two KM 1.6 by 3mm screws. So, I'll put the screws just here. Move that rubbish out of the way. So, the framework is this one just here, and then we've got the connector, which is this one just there. So this is showing it from the outside. Obviously everything that you do with this is going to be kind of done inside out for the first bit at least. So the notch, so that notch just there should line up with that notch just there. So if we get the parts pretty much lined up there, like that. Let's grab one of these countersunk screws. Screw that on. There we go, line the second hole up. Just do exactly the same thing. So if we pop that into there like that, that's that attached, and everything on that one's all nice and flush. So next, fit part 16.2 so that it aligns with the edge of 16.1. Note that the shape tab on 16.2 fits into the notch in 16.1. So that notch just there basically fits into that notch just there. The diagram to the right shows the connector on the inside. So with the connector, I'll just show you down here. The connector has all these little kind of drilled out holes. They always need to be facing on the inside, just exactly the same as on the other side of the fuselage, the cockpit, sorry. So if I get one of those screws, I might just pop that in there first actually, there we go. That's that one. And then we'll just do the same with the other one, so make sure the hole lines up, which it does. And then we just screw that one into place like that. Just there. So that's it. All done on that side. Right, so take part 16.4, which is the curved one, the curved bit at the top there, and then this little sort of metallic box, and fit it into the opening of the framework as indicated. So the hole in the framework is this one, so that one just there. Make sure it sits properly, yeah, that's fine. And then, so bring everything over, tab of glue, so should we just put a little dab of glue along that top there, down that side, oops, just there, and the same just on that side there. And then just drop that into place like that. There we go. So that's that bit all glued in, so I'll show you on the close cam there. So that is that one. Next, cut part A from frame 16.6. Now part A is, so I'm going to put these two in front of me the same way around that they are in the instructions. So that's going to help me massively. So on this frame, this one at the top just here is part A. So if we just clip this off, pare that down, and then check the fit of that one in there. Yep, that's fine. And then I'm just going to put a glue on the actual framework this time. Too much glue on there. There we go. So pop that one in there like that. And then that one's in. Just like that. And then cut part B, which is the one just there next to part A. Whoopsie. Now this one goes into the next hole along. Now it says in the instructions, note the position of the angled corner when you're happy with the fit glue in place. So the angled corner looks like it goes in that bottom corner there. So where this part's going in is this next kind of gap here. The angled corner on the part that they're talking about, just at the bottom, just down here, goes into that corner there, so it'll sit in basically when it's done, like that. So same again, dab of glue on the inside of here. Glue that down. That one's in. There we go, that's in. Next is cut part F from the frame. So part F, make sure I get this right, yep, is that one, just there. So that one that my finger is kind of hovering over just there. Make sure that's definitely right. Yes, it is. Just cut those off. Par down the edges. There we go. And now part F will go in the next hole along. And once again, there is a little notch in this part, just in this, we'll move that into so you can see it a bit better, just in that bottom corner there. That will go just on the other side next to that connector. So the actual gap in here is that shape as well, so that should help to get rid of any confusion over where the part needs to go. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. So that's part F. Part D is this curved one just here, so it's got the little curved bit on there, and then on the inside it's got that little sort of gap, which I'm guessing is for another part. And then this one obviously goes into this gap just down here, so in that one. And it goes with that little connector facing inwards, so that has to face towards the inside of the cockpit. So how's everybody finding this build then? I'd love to know. Feel free to pop it in the comments down below how you're getting on with your own builds. I know most of you are going to be a little bit ahead of me, obviously, with me having to sign up to this through Hachette rather than doing it the way I was doing, collecting from the newsagent. It has put me a little bit behind, unfortunately. So there we go. So the next part is this one that's got the little black box with the writing in it. That goes on the top of these two holes just here. So it goes on this one at the top. So yeah, feel free to comment down below how you're getting on with your own builds, how you feel it's going, anything, you know, pet peeves, niggles. Although it's a fun hobby, it is sometimes can be a very taxing one when you're, you know, trying to do certain things, trying to work and live your day-to-day life, and then you've got models building up. I've seen on some of the Facebook groups a couple of people are struggling to keep up with the builds, obviously because there is quite a lot to do. I mean, most of my videos have been half an hour for each. So it's taken a considerable amount of time, this one. The Bismarck's taking just as long, probably longer because there's a lot more sort of photo etch and fine detail stuff than we've had so far with this. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, the hours and the man hours that are going into this build is substantial. I think that's the closest word I can think of, is substantial. So the next part is going into the bottom of those two gaps. That's part E from frame 16.7, which is this one. So it's a pretty similar shape to the one we've just attached. The last part is part C, so that's this one on this sprue just here. So just put a bit of glue on here. Pop that one in place there. See, most of these panels are actually in really good shape because they're all slightly different shapes, so it's very difficult to get them into the wrong position. Not impossible, I might add, but very difficult. So when you're happy with the fit for part C, glue in place. So that's it. That's the completed framework for this issue. The framework for the starboard side of the cockpit has been assembled. The panels have been fitted. The two remaining parts G and H, which are these two on the sprue there, will be fitted in a future issue, so we'll just keep those safe. We'll do the same with that that screw there, so I'll pop that just in there for now. So yeah, that is the starboard side, and then we've got the port side just there. So obviously when they're both in, they'll be going that way round, kind of like that. And obviously that's where you've got your door panel folding down. So that's that done. So that is it for issue 16. Not a bad one, really. Issue 17, we get some controls and sections of pipe work and cables for the starboard side of the cockpit. So just a few different parts there. That video will be up shortly. So yeah, that's it really for issue 16. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the Yorkshire Modeller for more weekly model building geekiness, and I will see you in the next video for issue 17 of the Spitfire. But until then guys, please remember, happy modelling and stay safe.